Hi, I'm Eliana. I used to dream of becoming a chef with my own restaurant, but that dream got put on hold when my parents decided my sister's law career was more important than anything I wanted. At 25, I'm basically an unpaid maid in my own home, while my sister Sarah lives like a princess. The kitchen better be spotless before you start on dinner. Sarah has a study group coming over. My mom, Diana, barely looks up from her phone as she drops more dirty dishes in the sink. It's my day off from the coffee shop. I was hoping to look into some culinary courses. We've discussed this. Every spare penny goes to your sister's education. She's going to be a lawyer, Eliana. What would Grandma think if we wasted her inheritance on cooking classes? I scrub harder at the pan, fighting back tears. Grandma left money for both of us, but somehow it all went into Sarah's law school fund. Those dishes won't wash themselves. And don't forget to iron my blazer for tomorrow's mock trial. Sarah breezes through, dropping more dishes as she goes. When do you actually study? I never see you with any law books. Mind your own business. Just because you're jealous of my success? The doorbell interrupts her. Thank goodness. It's Aunt Helen. Eliana, sweetheart. Still playing Cinderella, I see. She hugs me tight, ignoring Diana's eye roll. Someone has to keep this place running while Sarah focuses on her future. And what about your future? Helen looks around the spotless kitchen. Your grandmother would be heartbroken to see her talented granddaughter reduced to this. We're investing in success, Diana cuts in. Sarah will take care of Eliana once she's established. Really? Because I ran into Maria at the country club. She said Sarah hasn't been attending her classes regularly. The room goes silent. Diana's face turns red. That's ridiculous. Sarah is top of her class. Then you won't mind if I stop by the law school tomorrow? I'd love to see her in action. We appreciate your concern, Helen, but we know what's best for our daughters. Do you? Because from where I'm standing, you've turned one daughter into a servant to fund another's questionable education. I think it's time for you to leave. Diana stands, shaking. Helen squeezes my hand. This isn't over, sweetheart. Call me later. After she leaves, Diana turns on me. Your aunt needs to mind her own business. Now finish those dishes and start dinner. And remember, not a word to your father about this conversation. I nod, already planning to call Helen tonight. For the first time in years, I feel a spark of hope. Maybe someone will finally see the truth about my perfect sister and this twisted family dynamic. After Helen left, I snuck into Dad's home office while everyone was sleeping. Flipping through his filing cabinet, my hands started shaking. Loan documents, student loans, all in my name. What are you doing in here? I jumped, nearly dropping the papers. James, Sarah's fiancé, stood in the doorway. I could ask you the same thing. Something's not adding up with the family finances. Sarah asked me to look over some investment papers, but these loan documents... Did you know they took out loans in my name? What? Let me see those. He scanned the papers, frowning. This is illegal. There's over $200,000 here. I never signed anything. Keep your voice down. Listen, I'm a financial advisor. These signatures, they don't match your driver's license. Heavy footsteps in the hallway. We quickly returned the papers. Eliana, why are you up so late? Marcus, my father, appeared. Just getting some water. James was helping me with the kitchen inventory. The next morning, I called Helen. I found proof. They forged my signature on student loans. Take pictures. I'm coming over with my lawyer friend. But Diana intercepted me before Helen arrived. Looking for these? She waved the loan documents. Your father told me about your little late-night snooping. Those loans are in my name. I never agreed. We did what was necessary for this family. You're just jealous of Sarah's success. Success? She's barely attending classes. How dare you spread lies about your sister after everything we've done for you? Done for me? You turned me into an unpaid servant. We gave you a roof over your head, food. That I cook while you funnel stolen money to Sarah? Marcus stormed in. Enough! Eliana, you're being ungrateful. Everything we've done was for this family's future. By destroying mine? Nobody's destroying anything. Those loans will be paid off once Sarah starts her law career. If she even graduates. James appeared holding his laptop. I've been checking the law school records. Sarah hasn't attended a single class this semester. Stay out of this. Marcus turned red. This is family business. It became my business when you involved me in financial fraud. The front door opened. Helen arrived with her lawyer friend. Perfect timing, James said. I've got proof of forged documents and misappropriated funds. You ungrateful little snake, Diana hissed at me. After everything we've sacrificed. Sacrificed? You sacrificed my future, my credit, my inheritance. And for what? So Sarah could pretend to be a law student while spending your money on shopping sprees? We can explain everything. Marcus tried to sound calm. There's been a misunderstanding. The only misunderstanding, Helen's lawyer friend spoke up, is your belief that you could get away with this. The front door slammed as Sarah strutted in, shopping bags dangling from her arms. Her smile vanished when she saw everyone gathered in the living room. What's going on, James? Why aren't you at work? Funny you should ask about being where you're supposed to be. Want to tell everyone where you've really been during your supposed law classes? I don't know what you're talking about. Cut the act, Sarah. I have your bank statements. While your parents thought you were becoming a lawyer, you've been spending their money, and the loans in Eliana's name, at spas and shopping malls. You went through my private records? Maria called me. I stepped forward. She saw you at the mall during your supposed study group yesterday. You were bragging to your friends about fooling everyone. That nosy waitress? She's lying because she's jealous. Actually, Maria walked in from the kitchen, phone in hand. I recorded your conversation. Want everyone to hear how you laughed about those stupid loans in your sister's name? Sarah's face went pale. Daddy, they're all against me. You know how hard I've worked? To maintain your lies? James pulled up documents on his laptop. The law school has no record of you attending classes for the past year. You've been cashing your tuition checks and spending them? Is this true? Marcus looked shell-shocked. Of course not. Eliana's just trying to ruin everything because she's jealous of my success. Success at what? Helen scoffed. Shopping? Lying? Destroying your sister's credit? You spoiled brat. Maria shook her head. I've watched you treat Eliana like dirt for years while she worked herself to exhaustion. Nobody asked for your opinion, you minimum wage nobody. There's the real Sarah. James stood up. The engagement's off. I won't marry a fraud. You can't do this to me. You did this to yourself. He turned to my parents. And you enabled her. Diana collapsed onto the couch. We only wanted the best for her. While giving Eliana the worst? Helen pulled out more documents. I have proof of every forged signature, every misused loan, every lie. Your perfect daughter has been playing you for fools. The country club board will love hearing about this, Maria added. And the real estate association. You're ruining our family, Sarah screamed at me. No, you did that when you stole my future. I cooked, cleaned, and served while you partied with my money. Game over, sis. Marcus looked broken. We can fix this. Keep it quiet. Too late. James closed his laptop. The loan company's fraud department is already investigating. Your perfect little family scam is about to become very public. 6 months later, I stood in my culinary school uniform, watching Sarah's graduation party implode. Diana had insisted on throwing it despite everything, desperately trying to maintain appearances. And here's our graduate, top of her class at... She never attended law school. James stood up, addressing the crowded backyard. In fact, she's being investigated for fraud. He's lying, Sarah tried to grab the microphone. Really? Because I have the official investigation documents right here. Helen started passing out copies, including proof of forged loans in Eliana's name. This is a private family matter, Marcus tried to intervene. Private? Like how you lost your business contracts after your clients found out about the fraud? Our daughter made a mistake, Diana began. A mistake? I grabbed the microphone. You turned me into a servant, stole my inheritance, and destroyed my credit while funding her shopping addiction. That's not a mistake. That's criminal. Security! Marcus shouted, but the hired guards just stood there. They quit when I showed them proof they weren't going to get paid, James smirked. Just like your house staff quit when they learned the truth. All those years of treating me like dirt. I faced the shocked guests. While Sarah pretended to study law, I was working 2 jobs, one at a coffee shop and another as their unpaid housekeeper. You ungrateful little... Sarah lunged at me, but Maria stepped between us. The real estate board loved those photos of you spending client escrow funds, Diana. Enjoy unemployment. We can fix this, Marcus begged the departing guests. We can explain. Explain what? A former client turned back. How you bankrupted your business paying for your fraud of a daughter? My culinary school is paid for, I announced. Thanks to Aunt Helen and the lawsuit settlement, turns out identity theft has consequences. You're really going to let her destroy our family? Sarah screamed at our parents. You did that yourself, princess. James gathered his things. Good luck with those fraud charges. I always knew you were jealous of me. Jealous? Of what? Being a liar? A thief? At least I earned my success honestly. The yard emptied quickly, leaving just our family amid the wreckage of Sarah's fake celebration. Pack your bags, I told my sister. The house is being sold to pay back the loans you stole. Where are we supposed to go? Diana whispered. Should have thought about that before you chose her lies over my truth. I hear there's a nice shelter downtown. If they have room for fraudsters. Eliana, please. Marcus reached for me. Save it. I've got a future to build. One that doesn't include any of you. I walked away with Helen, leaving them among the scattered evidence of their perfect daughter's perfect lies. Sometimes revenge isn't about getting even. It's about getting free. What would you do if you discovered your parents had secretly taken out massive loans in your name to fund your siblings' fake education? Would you expose everything immediately, or gather evidence quietly like Eliana did? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Have you ever dealt with family members who showed extreme favoritism? How did you handle it? If you enjoyed Eliana's journey from family servant to culinary student, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories of justice and redemption. Let's talk about family dynamics and where to draw the line between loyalty and self-respect.